Good morning students, how are you all? Hope you will be fine and doing well. Okay, so after a long break, now it's a study time and today we are going to start it is not our new topic actually, it's a remaining part because we have done fractions already before summer vacations, and today onwards we are going to solve questions related to decimal. Okay, so before coming to the topic, we need to understand basic terms related to decimals. Alright, so what we are going to learn today? First, we will understand that what does decimal mean. First. Second, multiplication or product of decimal numbers by 10, 100 and 1000. Up to 1000 we have to multiply decimal number as well as division. Okay, so we will understand the terms one by one. So what does decimal means? In our previous chapter or a previous part, which was fraction, we learned that fraction is a part of whole. Suppose I have this fraction. So it means fraction is a part of a whole. It means we have something. We have an object, we have a thing, and we have done 5 equal parts of that object, and out of those 5 parts, we are getting 3 parts. Denominator shows total numbers or total parts of that particular object, and how many parts we are getting or how many parts we are going to distribute. Okay, so numerator shows that one number. Okay, so fraction is a part of whole, which we have learned in our previous topic, that was fraction. Understood, beta? So decimals connection. Decimal, as the name you can get decimal. Decimal is related to the 10. Okay, suppose I have a fraction 1 upon 10. I have a fraction 1 upon 10 where denominator is 10 and numerator is n. So what does it mean? What does it mean? Just think about it. 1 upon 10 means we are doing equal parts of an object. How many parts we are doing? 10 parts. We are dividing that object in equal 10 parts. Because whenever we talk about a fraction, it means something relates to equal part. Get it? So suppose I have a chocolate. So I am just going to present it in a pictogram or pictorial form. Okay, so it will be easy to understand the concept that what does 1 upon 10 mean. So please focus on this number 1 upon 10. Suppose I have a chocolate, just assume it, and I am going to divide that chocolate in equal 10 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. The size of chocolate is something larger. Okay, so just assume it is for only making you understand. Okay, beta. So I have done 10 equals part of that chocolate. So out of 10, just assume that there are 10 friends and you need to divide that chocolate among those 10 friends in equal part. So each friend will get 1 part. Each friend will get, obviously, if the total number of friends is 10 and each will get then 1 part, obviously. So this shaded portion shows 1 upon 10. So how to read it? How to read it? It will be read 1/10 part. 1/10 part. Get it? 1/10 part means out of 10, 1 we have get. Out of 10, 1 we have got or 1 we have get. So this is the meaning. It is a fractional form. So we are going to learn about of this 1 upon 10. We are going to learn about of this 1 upon 10. So now our new topic, that is decimal. Up to here, I hope that all will understand. So 1 upon 10 means it's a fractional part. So now I am going to convert it in a decimal form. Because we know that generally is it possible to divide 1 by 10? It is not possible because numerator is lesser than 10. Numerator is lesser than denominator. So what will we do? Okay, so what we will do? Then we will convert it in a decimal form. I am just rubbing it, okay? Now how to convert it in? Denominator, simply denominator means divisor. Simply denominator means divisor and numerator means dividend, which I explained you in a previous lecture. Okay, so here I am going to divide 1 by 10. Okay, so it is not possible to divide 1 by 10. Then what we will do? We will place here a decimal. We will place here a decimal. Once if we have placed a decimal, it means it will increase a 0 on the right hand side of the digit, of the right hand side of the given digit. Okay, so these both are in equal. So 10 ones are 10. It means 1 upon 10 is similar to 0.1 or 0.1. 1 upon is similar to 0.1, and this is our decimal. This is our decimal. If you will placing decimal, automatically it is increasing 1 0 in numerator. Automatically it is increasing 1 0 in numerator part. Understood, beta? So that is our first concept. I think all have clear that what does decimal mean. Now multiplication or product of decimal number by 10, 100 and 1000. We have to learn up to 1000. Okay, so because before coming to the exercise, it is must that go through the concept. It is must. If you will understand concept clearly, then you will not get any problem. You will not face any problem to solve or to sort out the exercise which is given. Okay, so it is easy to solve exercise, but might be tougher to understand the concept clearly. So concept clarity is the must. Understood? So now product, multiplication of product, okay, of decimal. How? Suppose I have a number 1.6. I have a number. Okay, so first I am going to multiply this number with 10. Now generally what we have done, if we are doing a simple multiplication, then what we will do? 16 multiplied by 10. This is the process. If you know the table of 10, then you can read that direct table. If you don't know, then you can do in a first line, then second line, then adding up them. Okay, so 16 times 160. This is the procedure. This is the procedure. Okay, but here we are not going to solve in that way because it is the multiplication of decimal. So here we are not going to do in that traditional method. What we will do? Here we will see that how many zeros followed by 1? There is a 1 0 followed by 1. And how many digits are there after decimal? There is only 1 digit. So answer will be 16, that 1 digit, because the number of zeros will replace the decimal. So it depends on 0. It depends on 0 that how many zeros are there multiplying with that decimal number. So in that situation, decimal will shifted towards right hand side. Shifted towards right hand side. Let's see for a few more examples. Suppose we have a number 1.76. We have a number 1.76 multiplied by 100. So here we are not going to solve this question by that traditional method. Here we will apply that direct method. Okay, so how to solve it? First we will write the complete number 176. Now we will observe that how many zeros are followed by 1. Then you can see here clearly 2 zeros are followed by 1, and how many digits are there after decimal? There are 2 digits. Both are in equal, so the answer will be 176. Now try to understand the concept. From where we are getting this? 1.6 can be 1.6 into 10. Okay, so now try to understand the procedure. From where we get this? 1.6 can be written, as I told you, 1 upon 10th form. So how many digits are there after decimal? 1 digit. So we will replace 1 0 in a denominator. So it will become 16 upon 10. So 1 upon 6 is equals to 16 upon 10. 1 upon 6 equals to 16 upon 10, because there is only one digit after decimal. And how, okay, so we will place 1 0 after 1 in denominator. Okay, now into 10. So we have done many questions based on cross multiplication. Okay, 10 is in denominator while 10 is in numerator. Okay, so if there is no number in denominator, then you can write down here 1. Oh, so 10 will cancel by this 10. Then what will be the answer? 16. Is it simple or not? Let's understand, try to understand second one. Here is written 1.76 into 100. Okay, beta. Now you can see that how many digits are there after decimal? 2 digits. So first we will write that number in a whole form or a complete form. So how many zeros we will place after 1? 2 zeros. 2 zeros followed by 1, because there are 2 digits after decimal. It means 1.76 can be written 176 upon 100. This is the decimal form and this is the fractional form. Okay, so these two forms are equals to each other. This number can be written in this form and this number can be written in this form. Understood? Now multiplied by 100. Okay, so again if there is no number in denominator, we can place 1 there. So 100 is cancelled by this 100. What would be the answer? 176. Okay, so this is the procedure. This is the procedure that which we got our answer by this procedure. So you have to understand the concept first and after that you can apply it. Understood, beta? So you will get many questions for practice in your exercise. So you have to keep it in your mind these 2 points, because that whole exercise, that is 2.6, is based on these 2 points, decimal and multiplication of decimal number by 10, 100 and 1000. Okay, so I think concept would be clear. So we have to move forward towards exercise. Okay, coming to the exercise, that is exercise 2.6, and I am going to solve question number 1, which is based on multiplication of decimal. Okay, so here is the first part is 0.2 multiplied by 6. So there is no need to worry that there is a decimal, that how to find out multiplication. You have to solve it by your journal method. Okay, don't bother about this decimal. So simply if we will do multiplication of 2 into 6, it will be 12. This is the simpler, this is the traditional method, the method which we have done many questions based on that method. So similarly we are going to solve here in that method, we are going to applying that method only. So 6 to the 12, 6 to the 12. Now the game is begun from here. Okay, 6 to the 12. Now how many digits are there after decimal? How many digits are there? There is only one digit after decimal. Then we will place decimal before one digit. Get it? There is one digit after decimal. Then we will place decimal before one digit. Okay? So this is the rule that how to solve how to multiply numbers with decimal numbers. Okay, this is the way. Now come to the next one. Here is 8 into 4.6. Obviously it would be 8 into 46. What you will do? Definitely 46 is multiplied by 8. Okay, so in this way अगर आपको इस तरह से दिया जाता तो आपने ऐसे ही तो सॉल्व करना था ना. तो same thing we are going to apply here. Okay, so now read the table of 8. How many times? 6 times. 8 6 are 48. So 8 will be here and 4 will be carried forward. 8 4s are 32. 32 and 4, 33, 34, 35 and 36. This is our answer, but it's not complete. When it will become complete? When we will place decimal. So how many digits are there after decimal? There is only one digit. Then we will place decimal before one digit. Understood, beta? The answer will be 36.8. There is a big difference in between 368 and 36.8. Okay, just keep it in your mind. Now come to the part third. Part third is 2.71 multiplied by 5. Now how to multiply? 5 ones are 5. 5 sevens are 35. Okay, 3 will be carry forward. 5 twos are 10. 10 plus 3, 30. Okay, now where we have to place decimal? How many digits are there? 2 digits after decimal. 1, 2. Then definitely we will place decimal before 2 digits. The answer will be 13.55. I hope that you all will sitting with your notepads and pencil, paper, pencil, whatever. Okay, because it is not enough to watch video, maths video in this way that you are watching and you are not writing down anything. It should not be. Okay, note it down, do calculations with me, and if it is possible you can do calculation faster than me. Okay, then you can match up your answer with me, that how accuracy is in your answer. Understood, beta? So now come to the next one. Here is written 0.05 is multiplied by 7. The same thing we are going to do. 7 5s are 35. 7 5s are 35. Now you can see that there is no need to multiplication of 0 with 7 and 0 with 7, because you know that we understand the concept of 0, multiplication of 0 with any number. Resultant is always be 0. If we multiply any number or digit with 0, resultant always be 0. So we learned it in properties. When we learn the properties related to integers or fractions, we learn that if we will multiply any number with 0, resultant always be 0. So there is no need to multiplication of 0 with 7. So 7 5s are 35. Now you can see that how many digits are there. You cannot leave this 0. There is a difference in between 0.05 and 0.05, because if any digit placed after decimal, it means a lot. Understood, beta? So you cannot leave this 0. Okay, there is a big difference in between 0.5 and 0.05. Here is 1 digit after decimal, but here 2 digits after decimal. So this 0 will be count after decimal. Before decimal it is nothing, but after decimal it means a lot. Understood? Now 35 is our answer. So how many digits followed by decimal? 2 digits. Then we will place decimal here. So answer will be 0. Either you can write 0 or not. Both answers are similar. Either you can write 0.35 or 0.35. Both are equal values. Okay. So don't bother that ma'am has written 0. There is no value of 0 before decimal. Understood? So answer will be this. You can note down it and then we will move forward. Question number 2. Okay, note down it in your note. Okay, coming to the question number 2, which is a word problem related to decimal. Okay, so here is written, find the area of a rectangle whose length is given 5.7 centimeter and breadth is 3 centimeter. Okay, so we need to find out the area of this rectangle. Suppose this is the rectangle. Do you know about a rectangle? Whose opposite sides are equal, is called rectangle. Okay, so length is given 5.7 centimeter and breadth is given 3 centimeters. And what we have to find out? Area of the rectangle. So solution. I have not written question. You can note down question from your NCERT textbook. Okay, so area of rectangle. Area of rectangle. Do you know the area of rectangle? How to find out it? Just recall, the area of rectangle equals to length into breadth. Okay, so L is the symbolic representation for length and B is the symbolic representation for the breadth. Okay, this is the formula by which we can find area of rectangle. So area of rectangle equals to L into B, where L equals to length means L and breadth means B. Okay, so equals to 5.7 into 3. Now multiply these two numbers. 3 sevens are 21. 2 is carry forward. 3 fives are 15. 15 plus 2, 17. 17.1. Unit is cm. Area is always measured in centimeter square, or you can write it 17.1 square cm. Okay, centimeter square. Okay, your unit is must. Okay, if you are finding area, perimeter, then unit is must. Okay, so the area unit of area is centimeter square. This is the answer. You can note down this question, this solution, then we will move forward. Question number 3. Coming to the question number 3, which is related to the multiplication of 10, 100 and 1000. So I am going to solve 4 parts of question number 3. Rest one part you will be do on your own as a practice. Okay, so don't leave any part. So you can see that 1.3 into 10. So here we are not going to solve this question by the traditional method. What I told you, what I explained you in concept, that here we will apply the direct one method. How many zeros are there? There is only one zero. How many numbers, how many digits after decimal? There is only one digit. So the answer will be 30. Because this zero will replace, this zero will remove this decimal. This zero will remove this decimal, which I explained you in concept, that from where this answer came. Understood? Now come to the next one. Again you can see that 36.8 into 10. Okay, how many zeros are here? There is only one zero. And how many digits after decimal? There is only one digit. So the answer will be 368. Okay, so this zero will remove this decimal. Okay, 368. The answer will become 368. Come to the next one. Here is written 31.1 into 100. Now beta, be careful here. Look at here. How many zeros? First I will write this number completely. 311. First you need to write down that number completely. First write down that number, then we will do the calculation of this decimal. So you can see that 2 zeros are here. But how many digits after decimal? There is only one digit. So 10 will replace this decimal. What about of another zero? Another zero we will shift here on the right hand side. Understood? 10 will replace, because here is only one digit after decimal. So this 10 will replace, 10 will remove this decimal, but we have another 10. Sorry, so we will shift that zero there only. The answer will be 3110. I hope you will understand. So now come to the next one. Here is written 0.9 into 100. First we will write that number 9. First we will write that number 9. Now you can see that how many zeros are here? 2 zeros are there. 2 zeros are there. But how many digits after decimal? There is only one digit. So 10 will replace, 10 will remove this decimal, but we have another 10. Then what we will do? We will shift, we will place that 0 after 9. Understood? 10 will remove the decimal, but another one will be placed here. Okay, let's see one more example. For example, we have a number 3.76 into 10. Now look at here. You can see that first I will write that number 376. I have written that number. Now you can see that there is only 10, while the digit after decimal, there are 2 digits after decimal. So what we will do? 10 will place this decimal, 10 will shift the decimal to right hand side, because in multiplication decimal is always shifted on right hand side, but in division it will be shifted on left hand side. We will learn this concept later when we will do exercise related to division. There we will understand the concept. Okay, so the decimal will shift. Right hand side, because here is only 10. So decimal will shift from here to here. So it will become 36.6. Did you get my point? Decimal will shift on right hand side. Just see one more example. For example, we have 8.45 into 10. Okay. So first I will write the number 845. Now again you can see here is only 1 0, but the decimal digits are 2. Decimal digits are 2. So what will happen? This 1 0 will shift this decimal on right hand side and it will become 84.5. I hope you will understand the concept thoroughly. So that's all for today. Do this exercise in your notebook. The question which I have left, it means it's not that you will left those questions also. Do all the questions. If you will find any difficulty, if you will find any problem, then you can ask me. Okay? Have a nice day.